you talk to Jedrick Wills, and that seems to be a guy that gets beat up a little bit. I don't think he's lived up to being the 10th overall pick in the draft. I think he's probably an above average left tackle at this point in his career.
Yeah, I find it a fascinating discussion, and I think I like talking to him. I think he's a really interesting guy. We had a good talk at the end of the offseason, and then I kind of revisited some of those topics with him on Friday last week. Pro Football Focus doesn't have him rated really high. I think he's 50-something in the league among tackles, which would put him toward the bottom. He doesn't take a lot of stock in that. He says he's had some games this year where he's graded really highly from the coaching staff. He points to Atlanta, the Jets, Tampa Bay. He said he's the highest graded lineman on the Browns against Tampa Bay. Now, the issue with him is that it's inconsistent, and it hasn't been the top 10 worthy, like you said. It hasn't been that way for now on his third year. It hasn't been that consistently, and you see a fluctuation in effort. And I think that's what fans sometimes see is those couple of plays or a handful, whatever it is, a game where maybe he doesn't look like he's giving complete effort, or he gets beat inside and it looks like he just stands up. And, we talked about that. And he said, yeah, I've gotten better at finishing. I can still get better in that area. But he considers himself trending in the right direction. Think he is one of the better left tackles in the league. And I do think and first you have the fifth-year option that the Browns have until May 1st to pick up. And that's going to be an interesting decision because then you guarantee 2024 for, it looks like it's going to be around $14 million, which is not a ton. You're paying your right tackle, Jack Conklin, more than that. But that's a decision the Browns have to make. But I do think it's worth noting, they don't give him a ton of help. For a guy that gets a lot of criticism publicly, it's not like they chip with a running back or help him with the tight end a lot. They leave him one-on-one, and I think he holds up more often than not, but maybe not as much as you'd expect from a number 10 pick.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment of it.